Hello and welcome to another Epic Heroes live streams. Before we get started, let me share the usual links that are asked. So you have the link to join the Discord and other things, and the issue is the message is a little bit long, so I'm gonna take my time in sharing it. Here's another link if you want to become a member on the channel, the memberships. All the links are in the description, by the way. This is the account on Twitch. I'm sorry, the chat doesn't allow long messages that much. This is our Facebook page if you want to follow us on Facebook. Okay, let's carry on. I think the most important thing is downloading the game as usual, and all these links are in the description. You can see them. Let's just add one for Google Play Store and one for iOS, so it becomes easier if people want to click on the link. Okay, it's good. So the current code doesn't exist, the redemption code. We're near 1000 subscribers. It would really be nice if you actually subscribe and like the stream. Our Discord if you have any questions related to the game, the membership, the Twitch account if you're into watching on Twitch, the Facebook if you're in on watching on Facebook, and of course downloading the game itself. Usually people have those questions, so just getting it out of the way. One thing I will add while we're waiting for people to join, I started early, the content of today. Let's see. Yeah, it's not gonna be able to be added. That is said. Still in the description and what to do. Let me delete that. Let's just send it. Alright, so the content for today, of course, is the usual, the events. We have the stargazing event and we have the plane badge event. At the same time, we will be looking at overall powering up the heroes. We're also going to be looking at the solutions for the money, I want money, there isn't enough resources, and also we'll be answering if there is any questions that people have, including looking at the scenario of collecting shards for the T1 and T2, which people seem to struggle a little bit with. And then we're gonna be talking about the God Hero universe, blah blah blah, acquisition of those heroes, because that's one of the struggles in the game. We're still waiting for more people to join, and for now I'm just gonna carry on with the usual gameplay until we get started, which is in 6 minutes. Okay, so I've collected all the quests, the daily quests of completing it. I'm gonna click on claim for the hero pass, and then I guess that's it, because there isn't that much I haven't done already. Watch an ad at sign up, I'm gonna leave that for later. And there's also the check-in direction. So for now, let's actually allow me to look at the account and do some summoning until more people join. Okay, let's do the times 10, and I always recommend doing times 10 directly. And then let's do the separate one. First the times 10 and then x10, and then when you have individuals you can try with the 1 by 1. So we got one hero that's S. Okay, so that's the best that we got, unfortunately. Okay, more A heroes. I prefer B heroes at this time. Okay, so when you get a copy of a hero, like in my case, the copy you just saw, he's already awakened to immortal with awakened skill, and he does not need any more copies, and I'm not gonna build the second copy of Mr. Friday in the first place. So the first thing you will need to do is deconstruct that copy. To do that, you would go to the recycle here, and then hero deconstruction, and then you're gonna destroy that copy to get the colorful essence. We're not gonna do that now because it will link to what we're gonna talk about related to money and related to deconstruction, the deconstruction store overall, the essence, the colorful essence, and of course the spirit essence, and linking that information with how it can benefit player in the deconstruction store, these 3 sections. So we're gonna leave him for now. We did our summoning and we can move on from that. We have another 3 minutes of joyful waiting for starting. If anyone has any questions during that time, please do share it. Just write it in the comments. Let me check for now the dimensional scenario. Okay, we're gonna do an attack. I'm gonna select these lovely group of people here. I'm gonna go with team number 1 and team number 2. Okay, that's 1 win and 1 loss, 1 win and 1 loss. Didn't go the best as expected, but yeah, we wiped a couple of them. That is fine. Let's go another time with team number 3. So we're able to do 3 wins and 1 loss. They're being cleared up. It's good. Let's move into team number 4 and attack. That's 1, that's 2, and a loss. Alright, remains 4 teams and 2 from the same player, 1 separate player and another separate player. So teams remain here are 4 instead of 11. We have 2 minutes remaining until we start. Just wanted to finish up a little bit of attacks in dimensional battles. Okay, let's see. No team is in the base. We have 1 team with attack. That's fine. The fortress breakdown is in 14 hours and they're attacking and trying to expand. That is amazing. Let's see. So we have 52, 22. I'm gonna take that player on. Oof, we lost, unfortunately. Okay, we'll have to come back when we have more energy. Attack energy, pretty much. And 1 minute remains until we start. Let's look at our overall hero status before we start, because usually different players want to see the heroes. Hope you like the motorcycle sound in the background, if you can actually hear it. Again, these are the heroes. A good portion of them have been awakened to immortal, as you can see. Finally, I did the fix of all the sigil, the stigmata, by at least adding it to every single hero. Some have been upgraded, others still have not been upgraded or need to be changed, but at least all of them now actually have better equipped sigil across the entire heroes up until here almost. Alright, so it's time to start, and let's start with the stargazing room as the first thing we're gonna do. First thing, as you can see, the beautiful illustration and design. You'll go to Star Weekly card, collect the daily pack, which is 50 diamonds. Then you would go to the Star login to get the common Star card. That's actually what you're going to use to summon. Then with the usual normal quests across the game, you would actually collect the common Star card. What you're gonna do with it is come here and click on that icon times 10. We're not gonna do just one, it's always better to do times 10. So we need to do more quests now, so we have more of the common star card. Alright, we need to awaken an epic hero. Let's go here and search for what we can do in awakening. Okay, let's take her to Excellent Plus and then take another copy of her to Excellent. Use the small bot to take her to Excellent Plus, and then she can consume her own copy to become epic. And that would put us at completing the quest for the second time round. That's actually round 1. Anyway, we need 1 legendary and 1 epic. So we're gonna go back. I'm gonna consume 1. That's epic. Now we need to add the legendary awakened. And no, the smart awakening cannot do that for you, by the way. Okay, let's see. We really are lacking a large amount of heroes to work with. Okay. I think it's because of doing the monthly quest. I awakened too many of them. Okay. In that case, we really need more heroes. So what we're gonna do is actually use the excellent hero pieces we keep collecting, do some summoning to gain more copies of heroes, and then actually unlock this excellent one, and then use the rare hero piece for more copies. And let's see, that actually should help us to have more copies to awaken. Okay, let's go to nature and we can see we can awaken 1 copy to excellent, and then with the bot we're gonna take it to Excellent Plus. That's as far as we can go. Another copy and awakening it to Excellent Plus. Okay, now we can at least take that copy to Epic Plus, and then we need more copies. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's take this to Excellent, and then okay, 1 copy will be epic, 2 copies will be epic plus, and another 1 will be legendary. Let's do the sacrifice of using those copies, and that should do it in terms of awakening a legendary at least once and completing the epic requirement. Again, if you click on go, it will take you directly to the awakening section of the heroes. Okay, let's try to awaken that small pipsqueak Cupid, Excellent Plus, and then he can consume 1 copy to become epic, and then another copy and another copy, and he's gonna be stuck at epic plus. Now we're really running low on the availability of copies. What we're gonna do is use the excellent function summon, and it gave us an S hero. So yeah, we still lack sufficient heroes to do what we need, but I think we can keep on trying and see. Okay, another excellent, and then awaken to epic, and then another copy at Excellent Plus, another copy to Excellent Plus. He can consume both copies and becomes Epic Plus, and then of course we lack a small amount of copies to finish that. Alright, so I guess in this case we're just gonna have to leave it until we have more copies, and then we are going to be able to finish the legendary hero quest. Now for challenging 5 times in the arena, we can just click on it, go to the daily tournament, and just go with our challenges. Just do it. Okay, that should give us another one. We just need at least 30. In this scenario, we're gonna have to carry on with the challenges, and because I don't want to use diamonds to get the arena ticket, there's another way of getting it, which is going to Lost Land, the shop, and then here you can find tickets for cash for the diamonds. We're gonna take these ones, which should be 4, and then let's take this one for that small amount. Now we can just go to arena, daily tournament, and with the amounts we have, we're gonna be able to do the needed battles without spending too much diamonds again and again, one by one. Okay, we actually gain diamonds. Right, that should be sufficient to complete it and take us directly to 30. So 2 have been completed. Legendary hero, you kind of understand how it's going to be completed. Win 5 battles in time travel. Every day you're just going to battle in time travel. It cannot be finished to speed it up. Pick up the 5th chest of daily quest. This is the daily quest. You need to finish it and pick up this last chest. Now that we've done that, took some time, unfortunately. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, just write it in the comments. I keep checking, by the way. Okay, so now we have almost 30 at least, which is a good amount for the common one. We're gonna do times 10. We're not gonna do times 1. We're doing this because we need to get the best possible outcome of the intermediate star card, which is this one. So it goes in a cycle. You need to summon here, you gain cards to do here, and then the last one. Alright, let's do the next 10. Okay. Sage, something new. And the last 10. Alright, so since we completed 30, we got Sage, which is a 3-star Sage Stigmata selection card. Sage's Eye grants the allies in the same column basic attack or active skill hit no more than 3 enemies. Launches 5 random single target attack, each dealing damage equal to 30% of that ally's attack. So it pretty much grants an attack boost to the allies in the same column. Okay, so for this one we have now 5 intermediate star card. Okay, we will wait and not use it. Okay, and when we actually finish more of the quests, do more of the 3-star powerful stigmata blah blah blah, then when we reach 10 or more, we can do the intermediate star card. For now we're gonna stop and leave it at that. Now rewards preview, if you are interested to see the rewards preview, you can see here the percentage of the drop rate. This is the card we have received just now. At the intermediate you have more of an opportunity to get the 6-star or whatever you're gonna call it, 5-star sigil. Also you have a very small chance of getting the 4-star selection card. In the advanced, that's where the good stuff is. 6 stars, 20, 10, and all what you can see in front of you. And that would be pretty much how you would go about this event. Now if you're going to be a spending player, you are going to go to Super Gift. When you go to Super Gift, you're going to see the advanced star card. That is what you're paying for more than anything. You pay the top amount, you get the 6-star directly. What you're going to do with that, you're going to go to the stargazing and use it directly here, which is going to give you rewards like this. It is guaranteed to get the 6 stars in 20 attempts. usually you need to complete the 20 first. So that's pretty much if you're gonna spend money here. Or you can go with the star weekly card, which will give you, well, 10 advanced star cards, 4 star sage, right, and a good amount of VIP, and it is issued for 7 days. So yeah, by the way, the bubbles are clickable. You can click on it to see. And it's looking good, that new Sigil. And that would be the Stargazing room. So Stargazing room has been finished. Now we're gonna move into the plain badges. And after that we're gonna go into the very nice questions of the God universe, copy acquiring, powering up, all that good stuff. Do remember, if you have any questions, type it in the comments, and in the comments and the description there is links to download the game. There is many details in the description. Right, let's move into the plain badge. As soon as you open the plain badge, you're gonna see 9-tail idols staring and giving you the finger. Plain badge, you need to log in daily. The direction is to collect the plain badge, okay, which you're going to use it to exchange for, let's call it, rewards here on the left side. Once you actually open it, you can log in by clicking here, and it will play an ad and give you 20 diamonds and 3 pieces of plain badge. Then the daily login actual one, the collect, is this one. Then you have your usual quests, like every event. Pick up the 5th chest, pick up the 5th chest. What is that and what is this? The weekly and the daily, or dailies. Okay, so they messed up the text. The dailies is what you should be doing daily to actually collect the rewards, the plain badges, for the quests. So just complete the quests, the daily and the weekly. The third one is defeat the Star Trek boss, and it's going to start again tomorrow. So by defeating it, you will gain the plain badges for that. Alright, moving across, you also have Hero Reborn, Baby Born, Recycle Station Store will offer 2 elite heroes. This actually benefits us that when they drop this specific sub-event, mini-event, you can exchange for copies of heroes that you really want. As you can see, she's a standard, always here, but these two, they change. Sometimes it's Satan, other times it's Indria, other times it's another hero. Now, what is this? This is called the Blood Phrasal. Blood Phrasal can be gained by destroying B common heroes. See this? This is a B common hero, right? It will give you 10 Blood Phrasal, I believe, once destroyed. If you saw that notification that popped up, it's because there is a setting in, where is it? Yeah, the hero decomposition here. Automatically decompose normal heroes. Decompose heroes to get Blood Phrasal. So if you actually select this, it will automatically destroy them as soon as you gain them. That's exactly what I'm doing. So as soon as one of them comes, that's a common hero, and common heroes are these heroes on the bottom. See these? Right? Common hero B, common hero B. As soon as you get a copy of that, it's automatically destroyed and converted into Blood Phrasal. Now, you're gonna have to keep doing that with different common B heroes to acquire more Blood Phrasal. It's a build-up. Okay? Once you have enough Blood Phrasal, then you can exchange it for the hero. Now, going back to the plain badges and the plain badge store. The direction is collect the plain badges, get the amount, and exchange it for the reward. If you have 50 plain badges and you're always looking for heroes starting in the game, exchange for the 4 factions normal S hero choice card. Now if you're looking for the 4 stars universal stigmata optional card, these ones, better sigil, kinda, save up and exchange it for this one. You don't get too many opportunities because of the low amount unless you're spending money, so 150 should get you that. Now if you're spending money and going in the high end, see that source of evil, if you're building evil dark artifacts, there's also 6 stars universal stigmata optional pack or the card, and it's for 500. You're going for the max, then you're going for a dark artifact, as you can see here. For this one, you can actually just click on choose, and you need 1500. We have touched before on how to collect them, and it is a combination of spending. You're gonna buy the 5 deluxe monthly card exclusive gift, the value deal, that one. So once you buy it, you get random amounts. Maybe you'll get the 200 if you're lucky, and then with the amount you'll gain, you're going to have to purchase pretty much one of this one, the 500 or the 250, and then see how much remains you need to collect. Overall, you will probably have to purchase the 500 at least twice, which is the high expensive one, and the accumulative of the amounts of plain badges you have, as you can see, do reward you with some plain badges at certain amounts. The reason why we actually go above 200 as free-to-play players is because of when you get to 50 badges, you get to 100. They give you 100 here. You can claim it. Then, as you can see, right, earning 100 will give you another 100, and so on. The total of what this can give you isn't gonna exceed 150, 100 and something maybe. So we heavily rely on that. At the same time, getting to 250 is doable. That's why some people exchange for the Methrol or the Vibranium so they can build the heroes faster. Some people don't care, they just go for the common summon scrolls. Some people want to spend some money, they will go for the chest of Uru, for the 100 chest of Uru, and whatever remains you can exchange it for gold, which is really needed in the game always. So that's one way of getting some gold during an event. Now that we finished the events, let's actually talk about, well, the God Hero Universe acquiring. Okay, so there are 2 ways to get God Hero Universe. Actually 3 ways, but we're gonna focus on 2. One of them is the deconstruction store. As you can see, I exchanged for a copy of Time. Now, how did I manage to do that? We will explain, of course. So the first thing is the deconstruction store. The second thing is the faction summon. Those gold ones that you use to summon heroes, right? It has its store. You'll need 120 to exchange for 1 copy of the high-end tier Hero God Universe. So to get to 120, you're gonna have to collect it across the game and save up, just in my case 62, and then when you reach 120 you can directly exchange for a copy. It will tell you not enough faction crystals. We're looking at this from a perspective of not paying money, by the way. So, right? So the 2 directions, one of them is, again, the deconstruction store, and we're going to explain further how to actually build up to get that one, and directly at the faction store. Okay, in terms of actually getting what will be needed so you can exchange for well, a God Hero Universe copy from here, those 4 on the top, you're going to be needing the essence. Remember earlier in the video I told you we're going to circle back to the hero deconstruction? Yes! To get the essence, we need to destroy S plus heroes. You need to destroy what? S plus. If you destroy S heroes, like I'm gonna do now, you will get the colorful essence. Fortunately, we don't have an S plus hero that can be destroyed now to show it. But the point is, every S plus hero you destroy gives you 100 essence. How much do you need for one copy of a god/universe hero? You need 800. So 8 copies of S plus heroes destroyed will give you 1 copy of what you really want. So how can we actually acquire S plus copies, right? First, let's destroy those 2 copies and get some colorful essence. The colorful essence gained should be 200 every hero, right? And it will be added to the colorful essence. How can we get more copies? For starters, instead of panicking, you need to understand that at a certain point, you will finish up awakening the majority of heroes. You're gonna be getting more copies that you do not need in the first place and have nothing to do with collecting them. In my case, Discipline, Christine is awakened to Immortal and the Awakened skill. By the way, I'm referring to from the top. All of this has been awakened to Immortal with the Awakened skill until here. So I don't need any copies from these heroes anymore. Kenley, at least, is still at Transcend Plus, and everyone below her, as you can see, still is in Awakened stage. So at some point in the game, you've already awakened too many of the heroes, you will get more copies. Now, copy acquisition, getting copies, during different events, you can get an S plus card, select it, destroy that copy, it's extra, S plus. Second thing, every single time when you do a 360 summon, you can get actually an S plus hero. You can use it to upgrade your team, awaken, or you can use it to destroy and in the direction of building up to actually get a copy directly. If that's not something you like, right, since every copy will require 800 and you want to build up your heroes at the same time, then rely on actually selecting Toku here after you've built her by collecting and gathering 6k blood phrasal. As soon as you exchange for her in the first place, you'll get a copy. Then again, you will go here, hero deconstruction, and then destroy her, and you will get 100. So if you have, let's just say, 8 copies you've gained from Toku, destroying her will give you a copy of the God Hero Universe. So what's another way that we can do to collect copies? Shards. Collect shards of S plus heroes. What does that mean? If you click on actually ask for help here, you can select a number of heroes that once you collect 50 shards, you'll be able to summon that hero. So work on a hero you do not need on the side. You've already awakened that hero, and in 50 days you can get another copy of an S plus God Universe hero. What's this direction? This direction is very simply one of this you're gonna be using to destroy and gain more of the essence. Another one is going to be from the blood phrasal, copy from the blood phrasal, that will get you 200. And another way, of course, is building up as time progresses to gain faster, even though it's going to take time, by summoning by defections and then exchanging directly for a copy. Is there different ways? Yes. The more copies, the better. The more copies you destroy, of course, and you can collect. Then, of course, you have your monthly quest. You can just use that hero of the monthly quest also for the direction of destroying in the recycle station, the deconstruction, and that will put you at 300-ish, and the more you do it, the more you'll be able to actually gain and reach that 800. the insufficient essence. In my case, because I already exchanged for 1 copy of time. Does it take time? Yes. Is it actually working? Will it help? Yes. Do you want a faster option aside from going left and right like how I'm saying? And this is the free to play direction, by the way. This has nothing to do with you spending money. As you can see, I have another copy of time here. Okay, I'm building up to take the number to 120 and then exchange for another excellent copy of him. Is there an easier way? Yes, there is. Let's go into the second way. All of this was just the first way. The second way is the Metal Legendary Championship. In the Legendary Championship, in the highest ranking, you can actually exchange once you get to the 6k metals for a copy. Now, some players might not be aware of this, but if you're new to the game, let's go to the legend. And if you just started actually battling in the legend group, after you've fulfilled certain conditions, it will give you your first 6k of this for free because you completed the quests that should be shown in your account, unlike my account because I've completed it. And that will give you at least 1 copy of, well, any hero you exchange for here. Yes, you can actually achieve the 6k by just battling even if you're not ranking up. So the direction for this one in the legend group is you need to reach the top 10. Once you reach the top 10, you will gain the 1800 legend metal, and then it is very simple exchange directly for a copy. Now, one of the main issues, of course, you'll be competing with the top strongest players of trying to, well, rank up. So what can you do? Build up your team, become much more stronger. As you can see, this is what we're going up against. Oh, I'm not trying to acquire heroes currently, but yeah, Julia is in the mix of being built. So the direction that you're gonna have to be taken over a long extensive period of time, and this is why this option is terrible, you're gonna have to become really strong and upgrade your spirit link level, and every single hero you're using needs to be strong, as you can see, because you're gonna be competing against stuff like this. 24 million. Wow. Anyway, the direction, once you're actually strong enough and not easily beaten, you can at least enter into the ranking of the top 60, right? But I kinda screwed up playing on one day, so I lost part of the ranking. Once you reach the top 60, and then you becoming more stronger and you cross the barrier of 100 million overall power, then at a certain stage during the legend group, you can act like a jerk and try to defeat weaker players, rank up at the last second, and maybe if you're lucky enough, you'll enter into the top 10 or just become strong enough throughout time. As you can see here, we have a player who's at 187. Okay, his ranking in the top, while we have players that their team's overall power is much stronger than him. It's because of the level and the upgrades and different things he's done. So that part over time can be achieved, but not the dark artifacts. Not the dark artifacts. Not all of them at least. So those are 2 ways. Eventually they'll shove him in, actually, just like every single hero that crossed throughout the game. By the way, it wasn't always like this. Do you see the top 4 heroes? It was something like the only top 4, and then more additions were added, and then more and more. And then Mecha Valkyria was like the golden girl wasn't being added, and same for Julia, same for Moonlight Paladin, same for every single hero, same for all of them actually. At some point they got added to the Summon Bless, and after a while they will give an announcement of it has been added to the Legend Mall. As you can see, A number of them have been added, and it wasn't like this, by the way. On the positive side, if you're still starting the game fresh meat, start by building up your heroes, trying to rank up in the gold metal and collecting these heroes and exchanging for them. And then eventually you'll move to the diamond metal counter, and if I go there to battle, I will actually have better chances than what I'm getting currently. But I always battle in the fantastic top legend, and because I don't rank up, all I get is dominator metal. Do I exchange for copies here? Yes. Does it benefit me? Yes. Can it be also used in the scheme of getting S plus copies? Yes. And you destroy those S plus copies? If you're dedicated enough, there is so many ways to get S plus copies during a period of time. This copy destroyed, and then another copy from the blood phrasal. Yep. Another copy from the blood phrasal. That will put you at 200 from the amounts needed to exchange for a copy. Okay? And then there are different areas in the game you can exchange for copies, as you can see, by summoning, by the faction, and etc. etc. Have they made it a little bit easier than before to actually at least be able to achieve a copy? Yes. Is it easy? Not at all. Not at all. Second thing, if you want to add more, you love adding more, go for the colorful essence store and exchange for the S plus copies here. Let's say you don't care about these heroes. Just take the S plus copy, destroy it, and now you're at 400 or 500 of the total 800 needed to actually come anywhere close to exchanging for a copy of one of the god heroes or the universe. So at 500, if you push again, eventually with taking one copy from here also in 50 days, because each day you just get one piece, you're just coming closer and closer to acquiring a copy. So can it be done? Yeah, I already done it, as you can see. But it really requires dedication and you understanding the different resources you can go for. So that's why I was telling you, do not worry, do not panic. It is going to be okay if you're trying to go for God Hero universes, and it just is a direction of patience. If you don't like this entire mess of, hustling every single aspect of the game, then just go to collecting enough factions to get a copy directly from here. If you don't like any hustling, just spend the money, get enough factions, and go with it. Or wait until an event, alright, one of those events that has the S plus universe / god card, but is going to be expensive in spending. Now we're going to be moving into, and yes, hopefully they will add Baron. We're going to be moving into money. We need the cash. How can we gain more money? For starters, if you click on the gold finger and exchange for the diamonds, you'll get extra money. So that's one way of getting money. Second way, of course, is when you do the sweep, right? When you sweep, it actually gives you a good amount, a couple of million every time. So that's the second thing you need to take into account for money reasons, of getting money, of course. Next is the home world. The home world is your main direction of gaining money in the first place every single day, which is linked to your home base, which means you need to upgrade your home base. And I just upgraded the home base and now can upgrade separately the gold mine. If you see this gold mine, this beautiful one, if you upgrade it, the amount of gold you gain daily increases. So the more you increase it, right, the more gold and resources it can generate for you. It can go up to level 50. So it is vital that you start upgrading it, because you will rely on the gold and the resources it generates for you every single day. The more it can generate, the more you can collect cash, money, the different resources you need inside the game. If you're looking at the current level, it will generate 7 to 8k per day. One upgrade, now it can generate 744, 759 will be at level 36. Now to upgrade it in the first place, it's a little bit expensive, so you're gonna have to hustle to save up. During your journey of upgrading it, which you can find older videos on the channel related to that, the more you upgrade it and construct and level it up, the more you will gain resources that will actually help you in upgrading your account, pretty much. Your account, not the heroes. Next, you have the casino. The casino pretty much is another way of gaining resources. It's a casino that just is a roll. You can get gold and different things, etc., by actually, well, spinning it. You can also, of course, running out of gold coins. No, not really. You mean running out of the this? Hold on. This is the only thing that remains, right? That I actually did a couple of months of, well, using red diamonds for. Other than this, I'm gonna show it in every single video, hopefully, especially the streams. Do you see this? Now, the point is, if it gets activated and there is weekly videos I upload, it's gonna show the duration. If it doesn't get activated, means it's still inactive, means I didn't do it, means I didn't spend any money. See that accumulation? That means no money has been spent. So yeah, this has been done before. Now let's carry on with the money scheme direction. The most important one that can actually make a difference if you're going after the money, this one. This one is completely different than what you can think of. It is only refreshed almost once a month or something, or every 15 days, and by exchanging directly, let's go for the maximum amount that we can go for, 30, right? It is sold out. We took the maximum that can be sold, and that used the colorful essence, which is coming from destroying S heroes, if you remember here. So what will that do actually, what we just collected? That's where the good amounts of money come from. Now we're at 22 million. As you can see clearly, by exchanging for that one, 30 of it, which you can save up each month until it refreshes, we got 34 million. So that one is very important, and it gives you 6 hours of collection of gold. And when you exchange for it, and it's gonna be only almost once in a month you can do it, you gain 34 million without doing anything. So for the direction of I always need more cash, at least this is an easy 34 million you can go for. The next one, yes, there's another one. If you haven't destroyed enough S plus heroes, this one, it also refreshes once in a month, and exchanging for it, you also can get a 30 plus million. So what are we talking about that this store can offer us in the deconstruction? Exchanging for this and same one, you can get, voila, almost 70 million every single month. So cash becomes at least partially not the same problematic point, because you have another way of gaining it. And then of course the quests you do across the game, the cyber bar quests also give you some amount. The union, the whatever you're doing in the game usually can have some resources, like hub trial for instance. If you look at the record of hub trial, let's go into this battle, right? And if you skip, you will see exactly after the battle, see that gold. Yeah, so that's also an addition that can come in the direction of needing more gold. If you go to the void, 100%, this is the right place of gaining that 5 million gold currency and the faction scrolls. Is it a good amount? No, it's terrible. It also gives you, based on ranking, as you can see, 9 million. So it's also another way of gaining more cash by playing the game. Those coins are essential for upgrades, for upgrading your heroes, for upgrading the T1 and T2, all of that. The number one boy gets 10 million. Yes, the ranking actually gives you money and it gives you an additional faction scroll. So by being in number 2, I'm getting 9 and 2 faction scrolls. If you're still in the beginning, let's look at 15. You still get 6 million and 1 faction scroll. If we look at the worst ranking possible, 50, right? You still get 3 million. So you keep adding different resources from across the game. See that? Beautiful gold. The casino, the different things, the quests, the lost land, and all of that should resolve a big part of your issue in wanting to acquire the cash. Now you're gonna be asking, how do I power up? Okay, how do you power up and actually start being able to compete? Well, for starters, we're gonna showcase and demonstrate what we showed in the last stream. Now we're at 71,830,000, right? Let us fill up the spirit link with the cash of the bleeding heart. When it's filled up to the maximum, then you can use the upgrade. The upgrade will be 1 level. By the way, you upgrade level by level. Now notice again, 71830. Let's upgrade. It shows you the level that's going to go to and the increase. Of course, it's not 1 million increase directly. Almost 20 levels will give you an increase by 1 million. Let's do it. Now I want you to watch that number. Did you notice something? Okay, so it jumped actually, it increased, which means each increase of level increases the attributes, certain attributes, not all of them. The overall power and the HP and the attack mainly. So the stronger you want your heroes to be, upgrade their level. So that's one important thing. Another important thing, of course, is awakening your heroes. Copy acquisition pretty much is similar to the same direction of collecting copies, just to go for the universe/hero copies. You summon, you do 360, you get a copy S plus and a copy of the S, and then you gain enough factions, you can exchange it for a copy directly from here, and the legend mall, and so on and so forth. Now awakening heroes means you can upgrade their portrait, and by upgrading the portrait they actually increase in HP and attack directly. Every time you upgrade the portrait there is an increase. So as you can see, it has an upgrade icon, but it needs to be awakened. The hero needs to be awakened first. Kara will increase in HP and attack by upgrading her portrait, which is by awakening. So the more awakening, the more stronger the hero is. Then of course you have your usual sigil and acquiring it throughout the game. And by upgrading the sigil itself, the level, the hero becomes stronger. Okay. And your overall power increases. Voila! We have surpassed 71 million ish by just increasing 1 level and upgrading 1 sigil. What does that mean? It means the more you upgrade your sigil and you upgrade your level, the more stronger your heroes will be. Of course, acquiring better sigil comes throughout time during the game. It's not the easiest, but can be done. The addition of relics is actually what adds the simplest and the easiest ways to the artifact, to the statuses, sorry. You're talking about critical. I want to increase the critical resistance, critical damage, all of that. You can do it by adding the relics because they have an increase in the attributes itself. Damage immunity, 4%, right? Critical enhance, 4%. So part of the increase of the attributes comes from the relics, and from upgrading the relics to level 60, you gain a bonus of HP and attack 6%, and at the same time taking it to T1. That the relics almost give 3 million standalone. If removed, the God Slayer is gonna drop to 10 million or less. Now, gym wise, right? If you look at the gyms, you have the different gyms with its attributes, HP, critical, and so on. Attack, block, critical resistance, attack, damage immunity, critical resistance. With the right selection of the gyms, pretty much you are directly increasing the attributes here. For instance, let's look at critical. Okay, so no one has any questions up until now. That's fine. Let's look at critical, and let's select the one that has critical and unequip. Now let's go and look at the critical. Okay, let's equip it again. I think you can see that it was 45, now it's 48.5. So the gyms themselves hold attributes, right? Critical resistance, damage immunity, critical damage, pretty much I think gyms need to be more aligned and better selected, but that's fine for now, let's leave it. Based on your selection, the attribute is going to be increased in the statuses of the hero. So on the one on the left side will increase 3% attack, 3% block, 3% critical resistance. Now the one on the right, if equipped, will give an increase of 3% HP, 3% of critical damage, and 3% of critical damage resistance. Now if you want to translate that to something meaningful, the more gems you select with a specific attribute, the more the number will increase. That's it. Critical damage resistance is at 63. Okay, I want to increase critical damage resistance. This one, the one with this attribute. Then simply I would search for a gem that has critical damage resistance, right? And select it. Now if there isn't anyone available of the ones holding the that one, the cat's eye, let's, for the sake of argument, select one that doesn't have. Okay, let's add this one instead of this one. You're gonna notice that one attribute is gonna drop, one is gonna increase. Critical resistance went down and critical damage resistance went up. That's 64. Now if we actually go back to what we had before, right? Yeah, why not? Actually I selected another one, but in any case the critical damage resistance 66. Now maybe that was confusing. Let's actually bash it. 64. I think that kind of explains the concept itself. Here you can have this, it looks better on you anyway. Right, that animation happens when you equip measure. Okay, when you equip 6 that are what was it? Yeah, 6 4-star gems, pretty much. For some not good reason, they consider 3 stars as 4 stars, and what's higher is considered 4 stars is considered the 5 stars, and the 6 stars is considered the last one, and it's kind of a mess in the writing, but this isn't a 4-star. These aren't 4 stars, these are 3 stars actually. Just let's ignore for the sake of argument how the game wants to highlight it. When you actually do that, it actually gives you the selection of, well, the first one, the bloody battle, which is different depending on the hero. Next one, more boosts and more boosts. So upgrading your hero does have a difference when you're playing with your attributes. Other than this, of course, you have your T1 and T2, and upgrading it is the premium definition of your hero becoming much stronger. How would you do that? Just as in our lovely case with Storm Falcon, you would go to evolve, right? And then you would see the lovely number needed, which is 50 million. And then you need to select the attribute, the residence attribute that matches correctly the hero you're working on. And then of course you're gonna need the T2 and sufficient amount of vibranium. How do you get that amount of vibranium? Keep forgetting actually the vibranium location. It's from destroying, it's from destroying, actually decomposing of gear, right? If you go directly to the equipment decomposition, okay, then you're gonna select the equipment you do not need. Maybe it's useless, maybe it's weak, and you do the disassemble. It will give you the vibranium that you're going to be needing to actually upgrade your equipment to T1 and T2. At the same time, it will give you the legendary cost material, and that is what you're going to be using for the normal recost. You have your recost and the advanced recost, right? The recost, legendary cost material. Advanced recost, legendary cost material, and advanced recost toolkit. So you're going to be needing that by destroying the equipment you don't need. Once you actually have recasted, have gained a better status for, well, the gear itself, try to go for rank A or rank S if you have enough money and advanced toolkit. This one. And this one, sorry, not this. The advanced toolkit you can usually get for recasting in different events. The advanced recast toolkit, you'll get it from different events. It's available for exchanging for blue diamonds, and at the same time in the monthly quest, in the fast reward. Once you complete it, the fast reward, the entire thing, it will give you this advanced recast tool. So how do you get more equipment to destroy? By battling in time travel. It gives you this voucher, okay, and then you actually gain the shards, which you're going to exchange directly for the T1 and T2. And then in the recycle station, you're just gonna destroy this equipment. You don't need it. I'm keeping these two because they have legendary attributes, and that will give you more vibranium. You can build it up across time, which will be beneficial, and wait until you have sufficient amounts of gold and T2. At the beginning, it's going to be difficult to acquire T2. It's going to take time, but as you progress in time travel, it will happen. Then, simply, very simply, you're going to take the attribute by evolve to T2, select it, and so on. Now, if we look at actually a hero that had the process being done, as you can see, the attribute of attack, skill damage, critical, and broken armor. Is it the best selection? No. Is the critical at 89%? Yes. Is it okay? Not really. Not the best, but it's okay. So overall, there are different things that can help your hero empowering up, including using of the gems, upgrading the sigil, getting the 6 stars sigil, and upgrading the exclusive and adding the artifact that you have. For instance, whether it's Guardian, Divine, or even if you have one puny dark artifact, adding it and maxing it out by enhancing it will actually increase your hero's overall power. Let's just jam one last thing in the conversation of powering up. Of course, you have your relics. We mentioned that on upgrading it. That relic, those at 4 million. The gems add almost, uh, 2 million-ish. 2 million. The equipment will add a good chunk. The upgrades here, HP and attack will add. And there is also, of course, we cannot forget, once you go to Union Tech. Union Tech upgrades for your heroes is essential because it is one of the main things that increases their attributes: the block, the attack, the skill damage, the critical damage immunity. You need to max it out throughout time, depending on the heroes you use. The Union Institute, on the other hand, will help you to increase the damage output, protect you from different skills used on you, like petrification, charm, paralyze, stunning, and the last two are for increasing the critical damage resistance and critical resistance. Those two attributes will help you in taking less damage. What attributes? Critical damage resistance and critical resistance. See that critical resistance? By upgrading in the Union Institute, that 30% can be increased. Critical damage resistance, that 77% can be increased. And you can target which hero, which category of heroes you're going for. For instance, Storm Falcon is here. Okay? If I upgrade the critical resistance, her attribute with all the heroes here also, it will increase in her statuses. Then again, critical damage resistance, also upgrading it, will increase all these heroes' statuses, attributes. Same goes for the category of hero. If you're targeting the God Slayer and you want him to be stronger against critical damage and critical damage, what was it? Critical damage and critical damage resistance. So he can be stronger against criticals being hit on him and against the critical damage that can be inflicted. Increasing both means he can take less damage in battle. Another, and this is, I guess, the last thing we can actually mention that increases your overall hero's power across the entire game. Aside, of course, from the frames and the titles and other things, let's not jam those for now. Upgrades in the Star Tech. The Star Tech very much increases the attack for the entire faction. Now, this is faction, not hero specific. And increases the HP, the attack, and the faction bonus. So pretty much more HP, more attack, and faction bonus comes from here, by a percentage also, or a number. By upgrading it to the max, which is taking it to 1160, your heroes will acquire more attack, more HP, and more faction bonus. If you've done all of that, then finally your heroes are stronger and you're on the right pathway, and all you need is just to carry on upgrading and awakening them and increasing the Spirit Link. Spirit Link 200 is completely different than Spirit Link 400 in the attack and HP additions. Pretty much if I did absolutely nothing to upgrade any hero now and on this current condition and just took the Spirit Link to level 500, that number of 72 million will surpass maybe 80 or 90 million standalone, with nothing being done except that. If you want another addition in upgrading your heroes and increasing, well, their attack and HP and different statuses, the Reincarnation Treasure. Now this is a video that has too much information related to powering up. You want to be the best, you're gonna have to power up with what you can do if you're not spending money. Now, if we're looking here carefully, of course it gives you additional resources. Yes, it does actually, whether you are aware of it or not. By upgrading the Pearl Bracelet, gold produced from homeworld each day is increased by an 18% increase. That's another way of gaining more gold, by the way, by upgrading it to the max. Homeworld, energy core, and so on. So upgrading it pretty much will give you, let's look at this, treasure HP plus 60%. So you can gain HP, attack, all those good stuff, and faction bonuses, and there's also damage immunity available here, reduction in damage. Overall, this is what we're gaining currently from the reincarnation treasure. HP addition, attack, force, additional fixed HP, force resistance, faction bonus at 65%, which boosts the faction blah 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 whenever you're using a supposed faction of 3 heroes, 4, 5, something like that, just an increase boost. And then an attack increase of 7%, HP 8%, and additional fixed HP. So what are we looking at? We're looking at close to, well, something like 30 million increase coming from the treasure, kinda, something like that coming from here or more. And then of course you have the final thing. I'll jam in every single sort of information you can need if you want to become stronger. The titles and the statuses, pretty much. If you look in here, the frame actually gives you and all your heroes an attack plus 5% and HP plus 5%. Now, the void, which is the area where you can battle for the reincarnation treasure, if you rank up by damage, you can get better frames. This is the first frame you can actually get there. Attack plus 8% and HP plus 8%. So that will make you stronger than the majority. Then of course you have your void ring directly, where you can gain a title. Fighter ring will give you +1 and +1, Daredevil +2, and of course ring challenge overlord +3 and +3. So that increase with the frame, with everything I keep mentioning across the game in different parts, is what's going to build up your heroes. Attack +8, attack +1, HP. So that's a total of an increase of attack +9%, HP +9%. Let's actually change to the other nicer looking frame so people can understand. It doesn't matter the frame, how it looks actually. What matters is the selection of statuses. So now let's actually select this. This is the amount we lost in overall power, just by selecting the frame. Okay, now title, you cannot actually remove it, but there are so many titles across the game. The maximum is close to 5 and 5 HP and HP. Now, if we go to the VIP, just to showcase something interesting at VIP level 10, this frame can make a difference, by the way. HP +10 and attack +10%. Gaining that frame is going to even surpass, and by the way, the highest I think in the game is either +10% or 15, I think, something like that. It doesn't really go much beyond the 10 and something above it a little bit. So that frame that you just saw will be even stronger than this. This is +8 and +8. So VIP level 10, they can happily enjoy getting that frame. And if you're still alive at VIP level 11, you get one light copy. VIP level 13, you can finally get Boots of Abyss. Yes, that's a dark artifact actually. If you stay on the game long enough, eventually you'll get it. VIP 15, if you're not dead, light, and Galaxy as the final direction. Now, I guess it's worth mentioning, hi Kai. It's worth mentioning that throughout the challenges, you do get copies of heroes also here. Yes, it's another way of gaining more copies. Yes. You can destroy them, use them for money and other things and other resources once you've built that hero. Right. Pretty much it's a requirement of clearing something in Galaxy Wanted, and then time travel, and then awakening a hero, and collecting a number of stars for different battles. By going across them one by one and collecting the resources it gives you and the heroes, you'll actually build up more heroes. So at challenge 24, you actually gain a copy of Light. If you're wondering about, I want more copies of God heroes, then you have here beautiful Andrea. Here is the one, the only, the Fury Wave. Fury Wave, it follows the direction of you do the challenge before, and then the challenge after is the one that gives you the copy of the hero. That's an S plus copy, by the way. So I'm currently at the 27. Once we enter into the 28, it's kind of been completed partially. Just clear xwar and then the stars. So that's gonna be easier. Challenge 30, again, if you're looking for more copies of God/Universe heroes, be patient, it takes time. Level 30, people who have been playing and surpassed me in xwar will pretty much have gained a copy of Time by now. Level 32, you have Satan, and if you carry on more and more, level 36, you'll get Zeus. Now the challenges rewards, they actually, you can pay money to unlock where it gives you what you see on the advanced section. I've claimed some of it before, but it gives you extra copies of heroes or diamonds and stuff, but that is a pay to win direction. Right, they haven't added, unfortunately, since challenge 25 up until the end, any advanced direction, unfortunately. Usually you will have the normal and the advanced, but what to say? Yeah, this one. If you click on collect more and then click on unlock, you will pay by money, and then you collect those resources. And that would be pretty much the majority of different ways for you to become stronger in the game. Instead of being upset, I am weak, and all of that, just understand we've all been weak in starting the game. It takes time, months, for you to actually become stronger and progress. And resources like this is over a year plus in collection. It didn't come from just a couple of months starting playing the game, right? And awakening all those heroes, on the channel there's a playlist for awakening heroes, right? You can see how long it took to keep awakening all those heroes and collecting copies, copy after copy after copy. So the game requires a very high amount of patience, perseverance, if you're gonna call it that, right? And even certain heroes aren't fully finished at all. If you're looking here, we're still trying to get Houston, her relics, all to level 60. Why level 60? Because the relic enhancement master level 5, the more you upgrade 10 levels for all the relics, it increases the HP and attack by percentage. By doing that, we'll try to actually do it if possible. By doing that, the hero automatically becomes stronger just by upgrading the relics level. Okay, 25, 26. Oof, at the last one. Anyway, in taking all of them to level 60, it will unlock the relic enhancement master, the last bonus. And if you can look at this is the bonus overview from adding the relics. Taking them to T1 will increase the statuses also. Critical damage, broken armor, fixed attack, critical resistance, attack and HP, the one on the bottom, +5 and +5. It will become +6 and +6 as soon as that last one is upgraded to level 60. And actually, I think there's another one. It's not the last one. Yeah, there's two. This is 55 and this is 60, but we're coming close. If we actually want to see someone who has the relics upgraded to 60, right here. As you can see, HP and attack +6 and +6, and we're getting 3 million ++. Overall, there are so many different ways to actually power up your heroes. Just upgrading the exclusive can even do that. An increase in HP, attack, and armor. Remove the artifact, hero becomes weaker. Add an artifact, hero becomes stronger. Remove an equipment, hero becomes weaker. Upgrade and add an equipment, and upgrade it and enhance it, the hero becomes stronger. Select the attributes, the hero gains more attack and more HP. Awaken the skill, the hero gains more. Overall, Lucas was at 5 million, now he's at 7 million. You kinda saw during the stream where we started and how we're going in overall power. And we have a very long video coming up away from this stream of taking the treasure of the reincarnation well across many different types of summoning and upgrades collectively, and we finally gained the new one and the sanctuary. Only one remains, and then we'll have Galaxy, Chronos, Sanctuary completed, and then the creation is going to be the last one to try and build over time. So overall, as you can see, there are many different ways of growing into the game, collecting heroes, powering up, and so on. Even exchanging for copies by the Blood Phrasal. Yep. Yeah, and the Star Store, if you're still trying to acquire more copies for S heroes at least, and battling in Star Trek, right? You actually gain the interstellar currency, this one, okay, and you can exchange it for heroes, for copies here directly. So that can also be done. Don't go for this or this, you do not need it. Focus on the S heroes at least. Anyway, I'm bringing you here to mention, start saving up if you haven't. Focus on saving up daily for the treasure chests, because one can assume this month we're going to have the stellar treasure chest opening, hopefully on the 15th or the 16th, and then we can actually finally unlock all those chests that have been gathered for over a month, kinda. Okay, if anyone has any questions, do jam it in, ask away. We're coming to the end of the stream of, focusing on what we wanted to focus about anyway. So I will wait. You might have a question while I look at different things in the account. I'm sensing and no one has any questions, right? No question? Not at all? Nothing? Okay, while we wait, give extra time. Let me try again at the current xwar I'm at. Let's see if I can beat it this time. Okay, still a problematic one with a hit and miss. Yeah, the third one is the biggest issue. Let me watch that one while giving a chance if anyone has something he wants to ask about the game. Of course, it's because of the Great Sage, Wukong. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think we need more powering up, HP and attack, more leveling up, because we're very close, but not enough, still not enough. Or we can actually increase the Union Institute for those heroes so they don't get eliminated easily. Yeah, it can be done, but we kind of need more overall power. Can get that from the reincarnation treasure, and maybe a little bit of upgrades in the Union Institute. And selectively we should go for, yeah, the radar. We need to increase the damage output to Meg Ranger, a couple of them actually, and increase the critical damage and the critical damage resistance. And by doing that, Silas and the Fury Wave will have a better chance in the battle. Now for Queen of Desert, I'm bringing back everything that was resetted actually here. Everything is coming back. Yeah, probably a little bit of upgrades here will also benefit the Queen of Desert in that battle, and support needs much work. And yeah, then we'll be able to carry on just like we were stuck at this annoying one, 3720, and then we got stuck here, and then we are here. Same scenario, same situation, just go power up, come back, increase the level, and after a while you'll gain the perfection in terms of stores. 120 fully. London, Berlin, it's always been the same. You just need to become strong enough, and then you will be able to gain the full set of stores, and that set of stores is actually what's required here, the 120, and then we'll be good to go, I guess. So no questions I can see up until now. All right. Okay, gentlemen, thanks so much for joining this stream again. Links are in the description for while downloading the game, the current different things you might want to know about the channel, the Discord of the channel. Everything is in the description. Definitely we're gonna be seeing you in an upcoming video, and have a great day ahead, guys.